started playing my original songs. And here's one right now. Well, last Saturday night I got all dressed up. My best friend was getting hitched. But 2 or 3 drinks into the reception, my tuxedo started to itch. So a bridesmaid, me, and a bottle of wine went looking for someplace cool. I said, to hell with that rented tux, and dove straight into the pool. Now the father of the bride came running out. He called me immature. He said, sir, just how old are you? And I said, I'm not so sure. I feel like I'm a little bitty boy in blind pursuit of fun. I'm not really a grown-up, no, I just look like one. Well, it was Tuesday night, I was sitting at home, right where I should be, when the phone started ringing and I said hello and goodbye to tranquility. Well, money was not my friend that night, and neither was the law. And as I sat in the tank, I was telling myself I should have listened to my ma, who said, son, why don't you act your age? Why won't you mature? What are you gonna be when you grow up? And I said, I'm not so sure. I said, I feel like I'm a little bitty boy, I just wanna have some fun. I'm not really a grown-up, no, I just look like one. It's even worse now, I got children of my own. Now they too are waiting up for me when I get home. Well, I can own a boat, I can go in and vote if I ain't had too many beers. I can buy me 15 cartons of cigarettes and stick them all in my ears. Well, I can drive 10 miles over the limit as close as I want to the line. I can call in sick and eat candy for breakfast and watch TV all night. But now people keep telling me to act my age. They tell me I'm immature. They say one of these days you're gonna have to grow up. And I said I'm not so sure. I said I feel like I'm a little bitty boy, I'm just gonna have some fun. I'm not really grown up, no, I just look like one. No, I'm not really a grown up at all, I'm just a middle-aged, bald-headed, bearded guy who looks a whole lot like one. Thank you very much. I got a letter from God. Made me feel funny. Said my check had bounced, and I owed him some money. He was nice about it. Gave me some time. Said I could sign a new pledge card and work off the fine. Brother, dig deep, deep down in your old pocket. If you believe your name is on the road, 'cause it's not at the top, it's not in the bottom, down in the middle of the big river, down in the bottom of the soul. I quit drinking last night, I had all I could stand. I fell down all 12 steps with a beer in my hand. Well, I'm sure it's gonna cost me all of my good friends, but I swear on Jack Daniel's grave I won't touch that stuff again. But give me a week, you can go back to that bottle. Way down deep, it's out of my control. It's not at the top, not in the middle, it's down at the bottom of a deep, deep river, down in the bottom of the soul. At the bottom of the soul is where the truth resides. It takes a while to get down there, but it's well worth the ride. So let's go! Whoa. Climbed up on the mountain, stood up right and tall. Well, I dug myself a hole and started to crawl. Well, I left my happy home up in the hills of Carolina. I took a wrong turn in Albuquerque and I wound up in China. Say, what's up, Don? See that you've been digging way down deep, as far as you can go. It's not at the top, not in the middle, it's down the bottom of a deep, deep river, down in the bottom of the soul. It's not at the top, it's the down in the bottom of the soul. Down in the bottom of the soul. Right down in the bottom of the soul.
My baby loves me when I'm singing. She loves me when I play. She loves to tell me that she loves me every single day. She loves me when I'm reading. She loves me when I write. She loves me when I'm dark and sad. She loves me when I'm bright. She loves me when I listen. She loves me when I sleep. She loves me when I'm shallow. She loves me when I'm deep. She loves me when I come home in the middle of the night, too tired to hold her and too tired to fight. She loves me when I'm tame. She loves me when I'm wild. She loves me when I'm smiling at a smiling little child. And if you ask her why, she'll say she loves me because she loves me, 'cause she loves me, 'cause she loves me, 'cause she does, 'cause she does, oh she does. She loves me when it's raining. She loves me when it's sunny. She loves me when I'm poor. She loves when I have money. She loves me when I'm quiet. She loves when I make noise. She loves me when I stay home and when I go out with my boys. She loves me when I'm early. She loves me when I'm late. She loves the way the peaches taste straight out of the crate. Yeah, she loves to go to parties. She loves to laugh out loud. She loves to point me out to folks in the middle of a crowd. It's that bald guy. But if you ask her why, she'll say she loves me because she loves me, 'cause she loves me, 'cause she loves me, 'cause she does, 'cause she does, oh she does, oh yeah she does. Oh, she does. She loves me when I'm preaching. She loves me when I pray. She'll love me just as much tomorrow as she does today. She loves me when I'm dreaming. She loves my wild ideas. She loves me when I'm screaming out. She wipes away my tears. She only uses words as shields and never as swords. She says only boring people get bored. If you ask her why, she'll say she loves me because she loves me, 'cause she loves me, 'cause she loves me, 'cause she does, 'cause she does, oh she does, oh yeah she does, oh she does, oh yeah she does, oh yeah she does, oh yeah she does, oh yeah she does. Yes, my baby loves me, baby loves me, loves me, loves me, loves me, 'cause she does.
Thank you. So some of y'all
Walking down the street with my baby, holding you in my arms. Oh, the people will meet as we walk down the street with me holding you in my arms. Holding you in my arms. Holding you in my arms. Oh, the people will meet as we walk walk down the street, me holding you in my arms. Here's a serious man in a suit, way too busy to notice something cute. But as he hurries by, catch a twinkle in his eye, as I'm holding you in my arms. Holding you in my arms. Holding you in my arms. Oh, the folks will get to know as we're going for a stroll. We'll be holding you in my arms. How about this couple over here? They've been together 57 years. We know their kids are grown and have kids of their own, 'cause I'm holding you in my arms. Oh, I can walk like this for miles, where everyone we meet smiles. You're just glad to be the one they're glad to see, as I'm holding you in my arms. Holding you in my arms. Holding you in my arms. It's plain to see that God has smiled on me when I'm holding you in my arms. There's a poor young man leaned up against a garbage can, and as we hurry by, I catch a teardrop in his eye. As I'm holding you in my arms. Holding you in my, holding you in my, holding you in my arms. It's plain to see that God is smiling down on me when I'm holding you in my arms. Yes, I'm the best I'll ever be when you're holding on to me, and I'm holding you in my arms. Well, thanks. Well, thanks. Wearing worn out jeans and one broken spur. His heart is pure as gold. He's bruised and he's battered from the life that he chose. Tell me, where does a cowboy go? To the movies and parades, like Geronimo's buffalo. When the roundups and trail drives all fade, tell me, where does a cowboy go? Whoops. Brushing his pony at the end of the day, as the stars shine and campfires glow. He's soaking his saddle and mending his reins. Tell me, where does a cowboy go? To the movies and parades, like Geronimo's buffalo. When the roundups and rodeos and trail drives all fade, tell me, where does a cowboy go? 'Cause a cowboy's life is hard to come by, just like them cowboy ways. Nothing feels natural except nature herself, and the hero's born every day. Remembering dance halls and barrels of beer, and every sweet girl he knows. Watching the sunrise on a place he calls home. Tell me, where does a cowboy go? To the movies and parades, like Geronimo's buffalo. Roundups and rodeos and campfires all fade. Tell me, where does a cowboy go? been to 10 county fairs, a couple of cockfights. I drank a mushroom milkshake down in Bali. But I ain't never seen nothing in this whole wide world like a blue Fin Trevally. See where I'm going here? Well, I swam with sharks, climbed 2 mountains, had my back sniffed by a collie. But I ain't never seen nothing in this whole wide world like a blue Fin Trevally. I rode elephants and horses, boats and planes, and the San Francisco trolley. But I ain't never seen nothing in this whole wide world like a blue Fin Trevally. Some like mahi mahi, some like wahoo. But I'll say by golly when I hooked that Trevally with the flash of electric blue. Well, I strolled through Manila with a dangerous fella, an indescribable folly. I ain't never seen nothing in this whole wide world like a blue Fin Trevally. Well, I circled the clock, melted over the crutch in a painting by Salvador Dali. But I ain't never seen nothing in this whole wide world like a blue Fin Trevally. I'll close with a short geography quiz. Now I'm living right close to heaven in a state where the capital is Raleigh. That's right. You didn't want to say it out loud. That's good. But I ain't never seen nothing in this whole wide world like a blue Fin Trevally, like a blue. Thank you so much. I'm growing marijuana in my yard. Growing marijuana in my yard. I got little pots of pot spread out all over the lot, 'cause I'm growing marijuana in my yard. Yes, I got the seed from Mexico. Stuck it in some dirt and let it grow. Put it in my garden with my peppers and my peas, and I get all the smoke I need for free. I'm growing marijuana in my yard. Growing marijuana in my yard. We keep it where no one can see, so let's keep this between you and me. But I'm growing marijuana in my yard. 'Cause I'm growing marijuana in my yard. But I can't tell my boss or I'll get fired. Don't grow much, just what I use. I work all day, and when I'm through, I'll smoke a little marijuana from my yard after the kids are asleep. He says, how you gonna smoke up all that weed? He says, money's what you're in it for. Don't know we're in a war. Now I gotta haul your ass downtown with me. And I said, hey man, what is it to you? How do I infringe on what you do? I beg your pardon if you're offended by my card, but I just can't grow Prozac in my yard. So I grow my home medicine in my yard and give some to my neighbor for his heart. I share it with my grandma who keeps it from her son. We all know that stuff's against the law. Now there's nothing growing in my yard, 'cause the cops took all my land, both my cars.
Now I have to buy my pot from a teenager in a parking lot who's growing marijuana in his yard. Oh, anyone can grow it in their yard. Hey, I can show you how, it ain't hard. Never mind the president, let's just overgrow the government. And I'll grow marijuana in our yard. Let's grow some marijuana in our yard. Thank you very much. With apologies to Woody Guthrie, from whom I stole the whole form, this is the Talking Larry Hillblom Blues. Tell you a story that you won't believe, but before I get started, maybe the kids better leave and any of you other highly sensitive folks. I'll try my best to keep it clean, but I've seen worse called PG-13 that didn't even really have as funny of jokes. Yeah, this story's got everything a good story needs: money and sex, corruption and greed, bribes and violent death, and if that ain't enough, it's got overseas conspiracy and underage girls, the biggest air courier company in the world. I swear to God, friends, I ain't making this stuff up. I'm assuming you've all heard of DHL. Well, this story's about Mr. H himself and the crazy ways he lived and he died. Now, I'm not about to judge the man. No, his fate is now for his maker to decide. But a show like this, they ought to be selling tickets. A show like this, it should not be free. All you gotta do to see it is open up your eyes and you can have a seat right next to me. Now Larry started DHL modest enough. He had all friends out driving delivery trucks, at least until the really big money started rolling in. Now Larry didn't like giving the government money, so he moved to a place where it's always sunny and the IRS man never ever win. Talking about Saipan, friends. Tax haven. Tropical paradise. Yeah, Larry really liked it out here in the tropics. He could be an expert on a whole bunch of topics, especially since he was the richest dude around. Wasn't much of a lawyer, but they made him a judge. Toward the U.S. government, he still held a grudge, and soon he became friends with all the politicians in town. Thanks, Woody. No, he never dressed up in a suit and a tie. Look at him, you might think he's just an average guy. Oh, how about my girl? I messed that line up bad. No, he never dressed up in a suit and a tie. Wore t-shirts and jeans like an average guy. To look at him, you might think he's some kind of bum. No, he wasn't really into material possessions. He was occupied with other obsessions, the kind that some men find so hard to overcome. See, Larry was something of a ladies' man. He was always out trying different brands, kind of like Imelda Marcos was with her shoes. A condom, Larry said, his face turning sour. I don't wear a raincoat when I'm taking a shower, so he planted a few time bombs with a 9-month fuse. Now, this part of the story, I must confess, is where things turn into a bit of a mess. You see, Larry, who was once the hero, becomes the goat. I feel so bad that I gotta betray it, but I guess the nicest way I know how to say it is that some of Larry's girlfriends were too young to vote. Well, a show like this, they ought to be selling tickets. A show like this, it should not be free. All you gotta do to see it is open up your eyes and you can have a seat right next to me. Now Larry had another peculiar passion. He bought a couple of old planes that were way out of fashion, and he tried like hell to fly them on his own. He was always asking people if they wanted to ride, but his pilot's application came back denied, so most people decided they'd rather just stay home. But it was bound to happen sooner or later. The more he did it, the odds got greater that each flight Larry took would be the end. Well, it's going on about 20 years since Larry and his plane just disappeared. He was never, ever seen or heard from again. Lost on the high seas. Shark food, I guess. Well, as soon as Larry was gone, the cracked fan and his business partner knew they needed a plan because they thought Larry's fortune should be their own. So they cooked up a scheme one night, really late, they borrowed some money and took over the estate, putting up all Larry's stock to get the loan. Well, just then a couple of Larry's time bombs showed up and said, oh, wait a minute, that stuff belongs to us because we're the only descendants that Larry had. Well, the judge took a look at what had just gone down and he scratched his head and he said with a frown, I don't know what you guys did, but it sure looks bad. Now, this is all new to Larry's friends because they were used to getting away with everything, especially when Larry was around to help out the cause. He'd throw money at problems and just go away, and if they didn't, well, he'd run out and change the laws. He could do that, you know, being influential and a judge. Yeah, they wrote up a special piece of legislation disinheriting children whose parents' relations had occurred outside the marriage institution. Not one bit of shame showed in their faces when they made it apply to pending cases, even though they knew that was against the Constitution. Larry's kids in the Royals all jumped up and shouted, hey, don't you even want to find out if we can prove our claims are real through DNA? But the deals were cut in smoky back rooms from the local leaders and Larry's friends' goons, and the law was bought on Capitol Hill that day. So, that's where we are in the story right now. I'm hoping for a happy ending somehow, but it's looking like it's gonna be in court for quite a while. So in the meantime, I'll just hope and pray that one of these days they'll test the DNA, but until that happens, I'll just sit back and smile. 'Cause a show like this, they ought to be selling tickets. A show like this should not be free. You want to find out what happens next, you gotta tune in to NBC. And you can have a seat right next to me. Thank you so much. Oh my God, the crowd went wild. The people were so worked up. Fast forward, so I wrote another verse. Well, that's about all I can talk about now because I'm under a confidentiality vow, but we've been celebrating this settlement now for a while. So there's not a whole lot more I can say, but for those of you wondering about the DNA, take one guess while I'm wearing this great big smile. Cause a show like this ain't gonna be selling tickets. A show like this won't be free for long unless you're staying at the Inn On Montford. If you wanna find out what happens next, you gotta come out to hear me play and sing. And I'll keep adding verses to this song. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. May you never lay your head down without a hand to hold. May you never make your bed out in the cold. When you're just like a great strong brother of mine, you know that love is true. You never talk dirty behind my back, but know that the son is due. Won't you please, won't you please, won't you bear in mind, love is a lesson we learn. Now, won't you please, won't you bear in mind to me. May you never lay your head down without a hand to hold. May you never make your bed out in the cold. Well, you're just like a good close sister to me. You know that love is true. You hold no blade to stab me in the back, though I know some do. Won't you please, won't you please, won't you bear in mind, love is a lesson we learn. Now, won't you please, won't you please, won't you bear in mind for me. May you never lay your head down without a hand to hold. May you never make your bed out in the cold. Well, you're just like a great strong brother of mine, you know that love is true. You never talk dirty behind my back, though I know some you do. Won't you please, won't you please, won't you bear in mind, love is a lesson we learn. Now, won't you please, won't you please, won't you bear in mind for me. May you never lose your temper. You get in a barroom fight. May you never lose your woman all night. May you never lay your head down without a hand to hold. May you never make
never lose your woman overnight.
Thank you very much.
Rambling around this dirty old town, singing for nickels and dimes. Time's getting tough, I ain't got enough to buy me a bottle of wine. Bottle of wine, brewed fine. When you gonna let me get sober? Leave me alone, let me go home. Let me go back and start over. Little hotel, older than hell, dark as the core of the mine. My blanket's so thin, I just lay there and grin. Hold a little bottle of wine. Bottle of wine, brewed fine. When you gonna let me get sober? Leave me alone, let me go home. Let me go back and start over. Pain in my head, bugs in my bed, pants are so old to shine. Out on the street, I ask the people I meet, hey, could you buy me a bottle of wine? Bottle of wine, brewed fine. When you gonna let me get sober? Leave me alone, let me go home. Let me go back and start over. So that's a song the way Tom originally wrote it. Tom Paxton, for those of you who are obviously too young to know who he is, but one of the architects of the great folk scare of the 60s and a personal friend of mine. And when I saw him play, he also had updated the song, and he added this verse. While struggling through to meet the latest guru, I was the 200th person in line. I turned to a friend, it's all the same in the end. Let's go get ourselves a bottle of wine. Bottle of wine, brewed fine. When you gonna let me get sober? Leave me alone, let me go home. Let me go back and start over. So, I felt inspired. Probably had a little bit of wine myself. And I got to thinking about this gig and the wonderful people who hosted, and the wonderful people who attended. I mean, y'all can stay anywhere. You can stay at the Biltmore, you can stay at one of the hotels that has room service and an ice bucket on every hall. But no, you chose this place. I'm so grateful. So where to begin with the folks here at the inn? They've always been good friends of mine. They pay me to play and drink Chardonnay from a bottomless bottle of wine. Bottle of wine, brewed fine. When you gonna let me get sober? Leave me alone, let me go home. Let me go back and start over. Let me go back and start over. Let me go back and start over. Thank you so much for being at the best band breakfast in the world.